how could I walk away from this? What an opportunity. What better cinematic character is there than Spider-Man? There is none. Fascinating. It was exhilarating to do. It was just so much fun. Total joy.
Emma?
Sorry, I'm going to embarrass you. For me, it was Andrew. I think Mark's amazing, and I think that the producers are amazing, and Sony's amazing, and the script was so interesting, and it was it's, as you've heard, a different story than you've seen before, but it was Andrew, because my character experiences everything with Peter, and it's her first love, and they experience so much together, and he teaches her so much, and they teach each other so much, and with him it made sense. Once I read with him and once I met him, it just made sense. Sorry, buddy.
Anything more on that one?
Matt?
You were up.
Oh, I thought you were looking at reason. The only thing I would add is that we all love Spider-Man, and there are, as I think Avi said before, the story has been told and retold many different times. I was in the studio actually as an executive when we decided to make this movie, and I think we always wanted to make another Spider-Man movie and another Spider-Man movie. But Mark talked about his reluctance at first, and it was actually something incredibly inspired and challenging and exciting about what he calls his skepticism, because I think he immediately expressed a great love of the character, but was humbled by what had come before, and was humbled by the power of the comics. And I remember he wrote an email, I hope I don't embarrass him, but he wrote an email to my boss, Amy, which she promptly sent me, and it was just one of those sort of brain dumps of, this emotional outpouring of who he felt Peter Parker was. And it was fantastic. And it was different. And it was completely respectful to the character, and he had great love for the character, but it was a version of it that came from his heart and from his experience. And I think that's what's so powerful about Spider-Man, is that we all bring ourselves to it. But as soon as we read that, we sort of felt, my God, this is something really special, and here's a different way to go. And so it was kind of off to the races.
Back in the middle.
Hey guys, the trailer that we saw, will that be the only thing that's shown in the holiday? You also speak about the Spider-Man point of view in that. Will that be incorporated into the movie or just in the trailer? And also wondering how the stuff that leaked from the early days of the shoot online that we saw, did that mean a bigger crackdown in the areas of shooting? How did it affect what you guys were doing?
I mean, we tried to, I'll answer the first part, the last part first. We tried to shoot a lot of the stuff on location, which exposes you to a certain kind of thing, and it was just the nature of the beast, in terms of, sorry, what was the other question? The first part?
What about the trailer, the Spider-Man point of view?
Yeah, well, here's the thing, I wanted to find, because we're shooting this in 3D, I wanted to conceive of certain things very specifically for 3D. You know what I mean? And there's an experiential component to 3D which makes it really, really fantastic. And I was trying to, we're experimenting with generating that point of view, so you feel what Peter Parker feels. You feel what Spider-Man feels when he's jumping over the buildings and over the streets and that sort of thing. But we made a very, and Andrew had to pay the price for this, a very conscious effort to ground the stunts. And there was a lot of really, we had an incredible stunt team put together. I mean, we built this whole rig, hundreds of feet long, under the Riverside Drive in Harlem, and we swung a man through traffic down the street. And then Andy Armstrong also built a car rig that with a series of wires that was incredibly complicated and really a beautiful contraption to help do those effects practically. And that was something that I thought was really, really exciting and exhilarating to explore, not to mention an incredible level of acrobatics.
Hello. Hey, no, this isn't Rob, this is Andrew Garfield. This is a press conference for The Amazing Spider-Man at Comic-Con. No problem, bye. Rob, someone called 323, remember?
Is it still recording?
We have a question in the back.
It's still recording.
The Broadway musical Spider-Man, and if you did what you thought of it, and if you hadn't, you'd like it.
I'd love to see it. I want to see it.
I haven't seen it.
I really want to. I think it should be 10 plus.
All right, down here in front of the mic.
I realize all these properties are different studios, but are there any kind of like possibilities, discussions, or high terms of merging this incarnation of Spidey with Marvel's cinematic universe that's been established, given his relationship with those characters?
That's maybe an Avi question.
Can you repeat the beginning of it, please?
Are they gonna connect to he's asking if they're gonna connect to the Avengers?
No. I think that obviously in the comics, the team-ups and the mix-ups and so on, that's the way to keep publishing going for that many years. But I think Spider-Man has a huge universe of his own. So many villains, foes and friends, and great sagas about Peter and his parents, and Gwen. So it's not even on it's not something we are thinking about because we have so much more to tell. That's why we made this particular movie.
In the back.
In the comics, Peter Parker, gets the whole Spider-Man goes in where humor quips constantly while fighting his adversaries. And it didn't really come across in the first movies as strongly. Are we see that more presence?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
They hired a comedic actor to wear the suit.
Yeah.
And he wrote his own jokes. And it's brilliant. It's Judd Apatow in the suit. At those points.
All right, this is going to be our last question down front.
My question is for Andrew. Did you talk to Tobey Maguire at all? Did you want to have as fresh as far as possible, not only him, but Spider-Man?
I love Tobey Maguire's interpretation of the character. It's one of the things that rekindled and reminded me of how much this character means to me. And when I watched that first film, that first Spidey film, I lost my mind, and I watched it back to back. I watched it twice in a row when I first saw it, and I had the wonderful fortune of meeting him after we finished shooting. I didn't seek him out, but he sent a very, very, very nice email, I think, once it was announced to, I think, Matt, basically giving me his blessing. And it meant the world to me because I respect him so much as an actor generally, and especially what he did with the role that I'm now assuming.
Thank you, everyone.